Hi guys, welcome to Duolingo Preparation Made Easy. This is week 1, day 1, and the trainer is Miss Shruti. Okay. These are just some basic instructions for all of you. Make sure you have a stable connection and a noise-free environment. We recommend you to use your earphones for the best experience. Your microphones and cameras are turned off during the session. So if you have any doubts, please do put it on the chat box and we will be answering them. Participate actively and stay on topic. Respect your instructor, your classmates, and yourself. Be respectful and professional. These are the memberships offered. As you've registered on the website, you've been upgraded to the bronze membership for free. So if you wish to go for the silver membership, what you would get is usual pro university recommendations, smart application tracking, and also free 100 hours GRE course. If you go for the gold membership, you will be getting one-on-one Duolingo IELTS classes, expert university recommendations, and also a dedicated counselor for the entire application process, which includes a statement of purpose, letter of recommendation, and visa. So we have an option called free profile evaluation with our experts. So under this, you will be getting comprehensive evaluation, university shortlisting, course recommendations, and also country recommendations. You will be receiving a recommendations report, which will be a detailed report at the end of the session. During the session, you can clarify all your doubts with the expert. We are having free live GRE live classes from Monday to Friday, 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. and it's a 2-month course. So guys, please do join. Right. And now I would request Shruti ma'am to begin the session.
To all of you, can you give me a quick thumbs up if you can hear me? Come on, cool. Okay, so let me share my screen and let's begin our journey for this Duolingo classes today. Yeah. One second, guys. Okay. Shloka, can you please explain this gold membership that we are currently doing? I just need quick 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure, no issues. So guys, along with the gold membership, I'll also be explaining how you can access the handout, right, for today's session. So I will just share my screen once. So, yeah, I think my screen is visible to all of you. So now, what you will see is on this screen, you can just go to your name and go to My Test Prep, My Test Preparation. And if you go, you will see something called Duolingo English Comprehensive Live Classes course. So if you click on View Course, you'll be able to see this screen. And here you can go to Listening and Writing Week 1. And as we're in day 1 of Week 1, I'll be showing you that. So you can go here, click on day 1, and click on this, and you will be receiving the handout for free. Okay, this is the handout which is made available for all of you. I've even shared the link on the chat box. Also, guys, you can also see that I've shared a Telegram group link to you guys. So you can just open the, please do join our Telegram group because you will be getting the handout answers on the Telegram group itself. And you'll also be getting extra notifications on the Telegram group. That link is valid only when you use your mobile phone and not your laptop. So please do join that link only using your mobile phone. Okay. And uh, about the gold membership, people who are feeling that they are not getting enough attention during these classes and they wish for more attention, then we suggest you guys can go for the gold membership and take up one-on-one Duolingo classes.
Duolingo course, usually this examination is used by students to get into the graduation courses. To study abroad, this is an English proficiency language that they have to clear. Okay. Any other questions? Ma'am, I'm from Kashmir. I need some help. What? Okay. So guys, please stick to the topics here and we'll get back to you. Okay. Come on. So guys, today's the first day of Duolingo preparation classes. And first, let us understand why Duolingo and what Duolingo is and how we will be going ahead with the preparation. Cool. Duolingo is an English proficiency test, and when compared to all other examinations, it is considered convenient, fast, affordable, and trusted across the world. Okay, so Duolingo is not just an English based app. Duolingo is actually used by a lot of people across the globe to learn many languages. Okay, but then Duolingo has come up with an examination, especially for English, especially for non-native English speakers. This examination is comparatively easy when compared to all other English proficiency examinations, and this is accepted by a lot of universities, a lot of companies for jobs, etc., across the globe. Okay, and the main motive of Duolingo is to develop the best education in the world and make it universally available. Okay, now as I told you, it is accepted by a lot of universities across the globe, and it is accepted for admissions, placement, progress, and any other exit requirements. To know more about Duolingo, you can click on this link below, which you will be receiving in your handouts. Okay, and why is this test considered convenient? Because you can take this test from anywhere across the globe by just sitting at your home. Okay, and this is also considered a very fast test because this examination only lasts for 1 hour, and you will receive the test right after 2 days. Okay, when compared to the other examinations like IELTS and TOEFL, which usually last somewhere from 2.5 to 3 hours and more, and where you will be receiving your results somewhere from 14 to 28 days, this Duolingo is an examination where it's a very small examination and you'll be getting the results in just 2 days. Okay, and this is also considered affordable because this is just a small fraction of the price when compared to the other test, and there are unlimited number of institutions that accept Duolingo. At the same time, you can share your results with unlimited number of institutions, whereas the other examinations you can share the result with only few institutions without any additional charge. Come on, let's learn a little more. As I already told you, the test is only for 1 hour, and it is an uninterrupted test, which means there are no breaks in between the test. It is also a computer adaptive test. This is a very important term that you need to learn. What is a computer adaptive test? Okay, it means that the difficulty of the examination varies with each question that you answer. If the first question that you answer is going to be an easy one, if you answer it well, the next question might be a medium difficulty one, and if you do that well, the next question might be a tougher one. But by chance, in when you come across the medium difficulty question and you couldn't perform it well, so the next question will be an easier one, so that you can answer better. So the system is changing the questions based on how well you can answer. Okay, if you are being good at answering easy questions, then the system will continuously give you easy questions. If you can answer tougher questions, then it will try giving you tougher questions. Okay, and it also says that the examination has only one section. What does that mean? Okay, whereas in IELTS you have 4 sections, whereas in TOEFL you have 4 sections, like reading, listening, writing, speaking. Okay, so what are these reading, listening, writing, speaking? These are four main important sections of a language. No matter where you go, if you want to survive in a country with a specific language, you need to know 4 things. You should be able to read what is written. You should be able to listen and understand when a person is speaking. You should be able to communicate back about what you understood. Okay, and you should be able to write. So if you understand these 4 aspects of an English, then you can survive in any country. Okay, and the examination is going to be of varying difficulty. As I told you, the difficulty of the questions keeps varying. The examination is going to be adaptive length. What does that mean? Okay, so the speciality of Duolingo examination is it doesn't have any specific number of questions. Suppose if you are taking longer to write each question, like, if you're using the full amount of seconds that the exam is giving you to complete the question, still the examination is going to end by the end of 1 hour. Suppose if you are answering really fast and going really fast, and you're answering so many questions, the examination is not going to get over early. The examination is going to give you more and more questions. The system is going to give you more and more questions until the end of 1 hour, and the exam will get over at 1 hour. Okay, so this is the adaptive length. Until and unless the system is confident that it is scoring you right. Okay, the more number of questions you solve, the more number of answers you write, the more system gets confident that it understands the level of English you know. Right? Cool. Now let's go for unique experience. Okay, so no matter how many questions you write, no matter how many times you write the examination, you will never encounter a same question twice in Duolingo. That's great, right? You can't just learn from a different examination, prepare from the most repeated questions and go for it again. Every time it's a unique question. Okay, some very important additional points why Duolingo is important or easy, or why people prefer Duolingo when compared to other examinations is you can take this test minimum twice a month. Okay, and there is no limit on how many times you can attempt this exam. You can take this exam no, anywhere from your across the globe from your house, and the examination only costs $49. Okay, whereas the other examinations they almost charge 15,000 plus GST and more. And here in this examination, you will receive your results right after 2 days. You can directly send your mark sheet to any number of universities. We have already discussed this. Let's go forward. Cool. And so, as I told you, the examination is going to last for 1 hour. So, how is this 1 hour broken down? The first 5 minutes will be about you sitting in front of your system, making sure your webcam is right, making sure you are showing all the identification proofs required, making sure your room is noise free and disturbance free. Cool. And the next 45 minutes, you will be writing your adaptive test, which we have just discussed. And the last 10 minutes, you will be attempting two important questions, which are called as writing sample and speaking sample. So what are these? In the writing sample, you will be writing about the topic that that we get in the examination. Whereas in speaking sample, you will be talking about a very the topic that is given to you. Okay, it could be anything about your experience or your thoughts, or you might have to elaborate or contradict or anything. You should be able to talk about the topic for minimum 3 to 5 minutes or 1 to 3 minutes. Cool. Yeah, let's go ahead. Now, so how is Duolingo scored? Usually Duolingo is scored from minimum 10 marks to maximum 160, which means the Duolingo is examination is scored out of 160 marks. But here in this Duolingo examination, you will be mostly measured on your subscores. Okay, so what are these subscores about? We have 4 subscores on which you will be scored on. First is called literacy, so the ability to read and write. Next is called production, the ability to produce. What is produce? Being able to write or being able to speak, which means you are making your own sentences in your mind. You are setting a pattern in your mind. You are being able to produce something on your own, which is called production. And what is called comprehension, the ability to listen and read, which means when you listen to a person, you try to comprehend, you try to understand what is in their sentences. Okay, when you try to read a paragraph in a chapter, you try to understand what that paragraph tells you, right? So we all might have faced this situation in earlier where you read a complete paragraph but you might not understand anything. That means we were not able to comprehend what's in the passage, right? So here you're also being scored on comprehension, the ability to read and listen. And the last one is conversation, which means the ability to listen and speak, the ability to hold a conversation. What is conversation? Two people should be able to communicate, understand what the other person is telling, and you have to give a response to the question that is posed to you, right? So these are 4 things which you will be evaluated on. And if you clearly see, each one of the subscores involves 2 basic aspects of a language. It could be read and write, or write and speak, or read and listen, or listen and speak, right? Cool. Let's go. Now, just this is a simple thing that you should know, how Duolingo scores are comparatively, equivalent to TOEFL and IELTS. If you see, if you score somewhere between 140 to 145, which is not very tough in Duolingo, that is equivalent to 7.5 in IELTS, which is considered very good score in IELTS. Okay, whereas if you see when you score 140 to 145, it is equivalent to 110 plus in TOEFL, which is also very good score. So if you target somewhere between 130 to 135, you will be able to apply for most of the universities with a really good score. Now, these are some few important points that you should be aware of before writing the final examination is to make sure you use all the time available to answer a question. Okay, you will not be given higher score just because you are solving the questions faster. Okay, and the longer responses that you, the more number of, like if they are asking you to write 50 words, minimum 50 words, if you're writing 100 words, if you are being able to write confidently 100 words, then go for it, because the more you will be able to write or the more you speak, system gets a chance to evaluate you more, which means there's a chance of you getting a better score. Okay, if you write less, the system will only get a chance to evaluate you less, and it might think that you know a little less English, like no, comparative to others. So in that case, what I would recommend is, as long as you're confident, try writing as much as possible. If you're confident with only 50 words, then don't write more, because if you want to write more, but if you write mistakes, then the system will think again that you're not so good at English. Cool. Now, you will not be getting any negative marks in this examination if you do any mistakes. Okay, so don't worry about it. And you can't return to a question, so there's only next button. You can't go back to your previous question because each question is timed. And try not look so don't look at the timer, don't get confused, and always make sure that you check before clicking on the next button. Make sure that you check your answers. Okay, cool. So these are all the types of questions that we will be having in the examination, and we will be discussing all these type of questions in the next 2 weeks. So give me a quick second, guys. I want to look at the comments. So Okay, so I see a lot of people have told that this examination is easier because it is of shorter duration and easy compared to other fluent English tests. That's a very good point. That's why we would recommend Duolingo, because it has a lot of benefits. Okay, and this is a very good examination for you to improve your English if you are underconfident. Okay, it's not so, whereas other examinations, they focus most on the academic English, whereas Duolingo focuses most on how well you will be able to survive in a country with a English speaking people around you. Okay, it involves everything about basic communication, communication with your peers, communication with your teachers. It focuses more on surviving skills along with your ability to have your academic skills. So that's why we recommend Duolingo. Next, these are all the types of questions that we will be preparing today. Okay, each day I'll be explaining you about the type of the question that we will be discussing that day. So here today we'll be discussing the first two type of questions. These are called as read and complete and read and select. And if you see, each question is repeated minimum 4 times in the examination and the time per question. I'll get into details of it now. So first, let's discuss about read and complete. Okay, this is how in the examination this question is going to look. If you look at the duration, you have to solve this in 3 minutes. You will be getting 3 minutes to complete this particular passage, and you will be able to see it here. And if you see, you will be scored on the Subscores literacy and comprehension. So the ability to read and write and the ability to comprehend what is given in the passage. Okay, so if you see here, you will be able to see how much time has passed and how much time is left over. And you can also see that the next button here is not enabled. So this will only be enabled once you complete all your questions. Cool. Now, some of the very important points that you should remember before you start solving this question is that here your main task is to read the passage and you have to fill in the blanks. Okay, if you see, these are the blanks. Okay, you should fill in the blanks. And this passage could be somewhere around 100 words in length, and you might have to complete some words somewhere from 8 to 10 words. Look at this, guys. This question is going to repeat minimum 3 to 7 times. On an average, a lot of people have seen this question for 6 times in their examination. So I hope you understand how important this question is. And you'll be getting 3 minutes to complete. While most of the passages could be non-fiction or they could be focusing on factual reporting, some may also include fictional or story-based text. Now let's see some important tips how to solve these questions in the best way possible. Okay, it says always read the title first and also read the first and last sentences of the paragraph. You have to know why we are doing this, because you read the title, you will be knowing why we are doing this. Like, what is the passage about? If I say Diwali celebrations, so which means the heading itself tells that the passage is going to contain all the information about the Diwali celebrations, right? So, yeah. And here they're also talking about first and last sentences of the paragraph. We are talking about the first and last sentences because look at this passage, guys. In this example, the first and last sentences, they don't have any fill in the blanks, which means they will be able to give you some information regarding the passage. Cool, the content of the passage. And also start by completing the words you're confident about. And when you come across words you are not confident or unfamiliar, you put them aside, go completely read the passage, try filling the blanks that you know, and come back after completing the passage. Then when you have at least like 8 words out of 10, when you reread the passage, you might understand the context and you might get the right words into your mind. Okay, and there are different kinds of spellings between American and British. It's recommended to use American spelling here. Always pay attention to the topic information. What is topic information? You'll be getting the topic information from your title, from the first and last sentences. And also make sure that you read the context available and try guessing the words. Okay, you should also have good grammatical knowledge to fill in the blanks. Okay, I'll explain this point clearly, guys. There are 2 kinds of words. Okay, there is something called as content words, and then there is something called as grammatical words. So what are content words? Content words are words which are complete in itself. See, when I say cricket, you already know it's cricket. Cricket is a sport. Cricket is complete in itself. You already got a picture in your mind. But when I say and, you don't have anything in your mind. And is incomplete without and attaching to words or to sentences, right? So if you see, when I say who, which, that, they are incomplete. If I say who is going to the market, so that is when who gets a meaning. Okay, when I say which book, that is when which has a context in it, right? When I say content, when I say a book, that itself has content in it, right? Yes. And make sure you practice every day. Let's see what are these content words. Okay, what are content words? Noun, all the place, name, and things, they fall under nouns. They all are content words because they're complete in itself. Verb, which means actions, your state of actions. Adjectives describes an object, person, place, or thing. If I say he's a tall man, okay, and it's a beautiful place, so the tall, the beautiful, these are adjectives, they're describing, so they have some content in them, right? Whereas adverb tells us how, where, or when something happens. Okay, if I say the event took place greatly, so that's an adverb. Cool. Let's go. Now, what are these function words? Function words are nothing but the grammatical words. Whereas if you see, look at them, they are like verbs, prepositions, articles, conjunctions, pronouns. He, she, these are incomplete without I knowing what am I referring to, right? Conjunctions like and, or, you have to use. They get their meaning only when they connect. Articles, the apple, right? Preposition. Prepositions like, I can say the book is on the table. So here I'm trying to tell the relationship between the book and the table, right? So all these words are incomplete without the content. These are called function words. And there are set of like, some 40 to 50 content words, context words, function words that if you learn, look at them: of, at, in, without, between, pronouns such as he, they, anybody, it, one, determiners such as the, a, that, my, more, much, either, neither, conjunctions such as and, that, when, while, although, or auxiliary verbs such as have, got, do. So all these things, you have to remember these words, because whenever you come across a 3-letter word or a 2-letter word or a 4-letter word and you have to just fill in 1 or 2 letters, they are mostly going to be the grammatical words, right? So if you are confident about which word to use where, and this is going to help you solve half of the question easily. Because if you see a passage and if you have to solve 10 fill in the blanks in it. 5 could be a context-based questions, and rest 5 could be grammar-based. Cool. Now, let's try solving this together, guys. I want all of you to try solving this with me together. So, while solving this, I also want you guys to think of all the important points that I told you. Okay. So, when you see a passage, you are asked to first read the title, which says, Discover the Fascinating World of Humpback Whales. So this is telling me, the title is telling me that this passage is going to be about humpback whales, right? So here, how are we going to solve this, right? I'll be reading each sentence and I will be looking at you guys. I want you guys to solve. Tell me what could the word be, and then in the end I'll reveal all the answers together. Okay, so yeah, first let's also read the first and the last sentence of the passage, which says humpback whales can live up to 45 years and they usually live alone, is the last sentence. So this could be something about how they live, right? So guys, come on, now let's start solving it. They mig dash between T dash dash places. What could this be? What could be the first one be? Come on. They MIG dash 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 dash. It's a 7-letter word. So I see some people coming up with the word called migrate. Okay, cool. Can somebody tell me what's the meaning of migrate? Yeah, good guys, good. I see a lot of people coming up with the word called migrate. Come on, what could be the meaning of migrate be? Okay, yes. So migrate means traveling from one place to another. Okay, so they migrate between T dash dash places. What could this be? Come on. Good. So they migrate between the places. Very good. So come on, guys. Let's move to the next one. Okay. So they migrate between the places TH dash dash feed. Okay. Try understanding this. They migrate between the places. Guys, I see some people are telling they, but there are also other words that fill in the 4-letter TH dash dash. What could it be? Come on, try. Okay, come on, try. Okay, so I'll come up with the correct answer. They migrate between the places that feed. Okay, they migrate between the places that feed. I dash the win. Come on, try this. They migrate between the places that feed I dash. What is this? Yeah. So this, see, feed in the, right? In is your preposition here. Okay, feed in the WIN dash dash dash. Okay, I see winter. So they're talking about seasons here. It's very clear, right? So they're telling that in these humpback whales, they migrate between the places that feed in the winter and the places next, and the places, try seeing the context here, guys. It is repeating. They migrate between the places that feed in the winter and the places, come on, it's not they, okay, so I see the answer is they from a lot of people. Okay, so they migrate between the places that feed in the winter and the places they give BI dash dash dash. Okay, good, guys, good. And the places that give birth in, come on, it's again a weather condition in the summer. Very good. So if you see, if you are trying to solve this, here we have only 2 content words, which is migrate and birth. Okay, rest all are function words. Look at this. They migrate between the places. Places is again noun here, right? So the places that feed, in is again the preposition, the, and winter is again your content word, right? And again the places that give birth is again content word in the summer. See, Clear? You only have like 4 content words: migrate, birth, winter, and summer. Let's see the answers. So we only have one mistake, that is, I saw a lot of people telling they here. Okay, they. It's not they, it's that. Rest everything is good, guys. I hope you got a clear understanding of this. And also we have some time, so I want to try another other example question. Okay, let's look at this. This is a part of your handout, but we'll also be discussing it here. Okay, let's try solving this. The title of this passage says electrical engineering subdisciplines, which means this particular passage is going to talk about something called subdisciplines of electrical engineering. Now let's read the first sentence. It says electrical engineering has many subdisciplines, the most popular of which are listed. Okay, we'll find that word later. And we'll also see the last sentence. Sometimes certain fields such as electronic engineering and computer engineering are considered separate disciplines in their own right. Cool. So we understood that this particular passage is going to talk about electrical engineering subdisciplines, right? Now let's try solving this. Electrical engineering has many subdisciplines, the most popular of which are listed BE dash dash dash. Come on. Okay, good. Yeah, are listed below, right? Are listed below. Although TH dash dash dash. Come on, although TH dash dash dash. Or yes, although there are elect dash 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 engineers. So which engineers are they talking about? Follow the content here. Although there are dash engineers. Read. See, guys, look at the title. The title itself has the content, right? No. Although there are ELECTRICAL. So we are still not introduced to electronic. Let's stick to electrical, guys. So although there are electrical engineers, W dash dash. Come on. Although there are electrical engineers, W dash dash focus. What could this be? Although there are electrical engineers who, this is who, okay? Although there are electrical engineers who focus EXCLU, and there are 6 letters. And there are 6 letters. What could this be? Although there are electrical engineers who focus exclude, see guys, half of the word is here. Yes. So although there are electrical engineers who focus exclusively on O dash dash. Yes, exclusively on one of these subdisciplines or their subdisciplines. Okay. Although there are electrical engineers who focus exclusively on one of these subdisciplines. Very good. One of these subdisciplines, many DE dash dash. Come on. Many DE dash dash with a combination. Very good, guys. I see how you're trying to form these words. Okay. Many deal with a combination O dash them. Come on. It's of them. Very good. So I see how you guys are trying to fix this. We were stuck on this electronic engineers thing here, but we were not introduced to it yet. Okay. Also, because here when you're given fill in the blanks, you will not be thrown unknown words out of nowhere. Okay. Try understanding the context, try understanding the connection between the first sentence and the second sentence. Okay, don't get confused just because I asked you to read the first and the last sentence before. Okay, always remember, when we are talking about something, we don't first say first sentence and then the third sentence and then go back to second sentence, right? So when we say first sentence, we try to add something to first sentence or talk about something in the first sentence and then go to second sentence, right? So there's always a connection between first sentence, second sentence, and third sentence. So just because you found electronic engineering in the third sentence, don't get confused and place that in the second sentence. Be clear on that. Okay, very good. Now let's try solving the second question type here. Okay, which is read and select. Let's look at this, guys. This is how the read and select is going to look in the examination. If you see, you'll be getting this question. You'll be getting 1 minute to solve this question, and you'll be evaluated on literacy and comprehension subscores. Okay, look at this, how it's going to be. You will be given multiple words like this, and you will be asked to select the real English words in this list. Okay, let's check this out. Some of the very important points to remember are, in this vocabulary type question, this requires you to select the real words from the list. What does that mean? So you will be given a bunch of words, with some words being real and some words being wrong or wrongly spelled, or some words they don't even exist, right? Or they might be wrong in grammar. Okay, so the list will contain both real and unreal words, and your task is to identify the real words with meaning. Okay, and you will need to read each word in a list and decide if it's an actual word in English. So why they are trying to tell this sentence? Always go one word after the other. Okay, read a word completely. Don't just look the overall picture and decide this exists, this doesn't. Okay, always go one after the other and then decide, okay, does this exist? Yes. Does this exist? This doesn't. Okay, don't touch it. That's how. Go through each word. It's crucial to only select the words you're confident. Okay, and don't select the words that you're not confident about. Why are they telling this? Because sometimes we might get confused that this word might exist, I might not know it, right? But there's nothing like that. See, this is a very easy examination. Consider, tell yourself that you can do better. If you're not confident about it, let's not touch it. Okay, you must have heard it at least once. You will be knowing it. If you're not knowing it, probably that word doesn't exist. Okay, and to prepare for this question type, focus on building your vocabulary by continually learning new words. Okay, cool. Now if you see, you'll be getting 60 seconds to solve this question, and the question will be repeated for minimum 3 to 7 times in the test. So this question is as important as the previous one. Right now, some of the important tips is to read each word multiple times. Make sure that you check the spelling of each word that you read, okay, because there could be spelling mistakes, and there could also be incorrect forms, such as if I say sleep, sleeping is a real verb, okay, that word does exist. But if I say sleepily or something like that, that doesn't exist. So sleepy is a word, but sleepily is not a real form of the word, right? It is an incorrect form of that word. So try understanding, try looking at it and see if it's the correct form or an incorrect form. Don't guess, only select the word that you're confident about, okay? Now, there could be any number of real words. It's not like you'll only always find 5 correct words, nothing like that. In some question, you can find 15 correct words. In some question, there could be only 5 correct words. So always be confident in yourself and select the right number of words. Okay. Now, always read carefully. Some words look real, but have small difference from the correct English words. Okay, cool. Now, this is the question, guys. And how we are going to solve this? We're going to solve it very simply. First, I'll read it out and you will tell me it exists or it doesn't exist. Okay, so we'll make it very easy for you. If you think the word exists, you'll type 1. If you think that's a wrong word, it doesn't exist, you can click 0. Okay, simple. And if you want to write it exists or doesn't exist, it's up to you. Cool. Okay, let's do this. The first word says gives. Gives. Do you think this is the correct spelling of word gives? Come on. Okay, I see people telling this is the wrong one. Cool, good. Let's check all the answers in the last. But yeah, next one, these. Do you think there's a word called these? Is it a real word or a wrong word? I see people telling wrong, it doesn't exist. Great, cool. The third word, which is called wait, W-A-I-T. Is it a correct word or is it not? Good. I see a lot of people telling it is a correct word. It is. Come on. The fourth one says wants. W-A-N-T-S. Wants. Yes, it's a plural form of want. Good. Now, The other one says tooking, Tooking, tooking. Do you think this is a correct word? No. Okay, okay. Why do you think this is wrong, guys? This is wrong because took itself is a past form of take. Okay. And taking exists, that is a continuous form. But tooking does not exist. You guys are right. Very good. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Okay. Now, watching. Do you think watching exists? Watching. Yes. Yes. Good. Good. Bookcase. What about bookcase? Bookcase. Is it a word? Is it a word? Yes, it is. Very good. What is this? Venice. What is Venice? Come on. What is Venice? Ah, I see. It doesn't exist. Good. What is this? Ants. ANSS. Ants. Looks like a short form of answer, but does this exist? No. Okay. Now, Wateen, Watten. Have you heard of it? Does this exist or doesn't exist? Just ask yourself, have you heard of it? No. Good. Neither did I. I did not hear about it. Okay. Next one. What is this? Someter. Somether. Someter. Have you heard of it, guys? No. No. Good. 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 Okay. Next one. Answers. True. Does this exist or not? Yes. Plural form of answer. Next. Walks. 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 Yes. Okay. She takes long walks. Right? Dress on. Dress on. That's a real word. Dress on. Right? 19. 19. Is the spelling right? Does this word exist? It does. Guys, you might get a lot of questions on the spellings of the numbers. So make sure if you are a little confused about the spellings of it, try practicing a little more on it. Okay. Next word, guys, third. THIRT, third. Do you think there is something called third? Could be 30 or thrusty, but this doesn't exist, right? Yeah, good. Next, wattle. WATL, wattle. Wattle. Good, very good. Last one, guys. Waiting. Waiting. Very good, very good. Now let's check the answers, guys. Let's look at it. See, there are only few answers. Wait is correct. Wants is correct. Watching is correct. Bookcase is correct. Answers is correct. Walks is correct. 19 is correct. Waiting is correct. Okay. We guess dress on is correct, but that's not, because dress itself is a word. On is a word. Dress on is not a word. Okay. Think of it again and again. Bookcase is a word, right? But dress on is different. And if you see here, we have like how many right answers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. There are only 8 right overall, 18, right? So there's not like, you don't ever have specific number of right answers. It's always like, none of us have heard of all these words. Venice, ANSS, Batines, Samothar. All these words are something new to you and me. So all you have to do is you have to trust your gut, you have to trust yourself and be confident about the words that you know and just click on them, right? Cool. Okay, guys. Now, there are other questions which you will be getting in your handouts where a model has shown earlier. And I would like you guys to go there, check out the handouts and try practicing them. We'll be having a lot of questions coming up, a lot of topics we'll be discussing every day. And in 2 weeks, you'll be completing your Duolingo course. Okay, isn't that a great news? In 2 weeks, you will be confident in writing your Duolingo examination. Now, if you have any questions regarding anything, you can ask me on the chat box and I'll be helping you out. Come on, guys. Any questions?